Hi there, it's me, Viv. There are many happy moments in Arthur where everything turns out all right in the end. But which ones are the happiest? In this video, I am here to figure that out by telling you the top 10 happiest moments in the entire series, in my humble opinion. I'll be excluding the specials. Let's get started. Top 10. Arthur just hangs out with his friends. From The Best Day Ever. One sunny afternoon, Arthur hangs out with Buster, Binky, Sue Ellen, and George, lying on a nice patch of grass together. Just having a good old time doing nothing and enjoying each other's company. They all end up sharing the best day that they had. Except for Arthur. He tries very hard to think of one, but he just can't. He keeps dodging the question until he's the last one left. He finally admits defeat and tells everyone that he doesn't have a best day ever, and that's okay. Then a minute later, he decides that today is his best day. Even when it starts to rain, it's still the best day. Number 9. Rebuilding their treehouse. From Castles in the Sky. On a normal winter day, Arthur and Buster race each other on sleds. But at the end of their race, they discover that their treehouse has been completely destroyed by the snow. When all hope seems lost, Arthur and his friends get the inspiration from a guy named Frank to design a new version of their treehouse. Each of them go through countless designs and had decided on a few ideas, but none of them seem perfect enough. Frank encourages them to work together on the treehouse's design. And they all agree that the best design was what the treehouse had originally looked like all along. And they all built it themselves. Number 8. Everything turns out all right. From Happy Anniversary. Arthur's dad's van breaks down on the side of the highway and everyone's plans turn upside down. But not all hope is lost. There is a diner nearby where everyone can stay in the meantime until everything can go right again. But then Arthur and DW get trapped in the diner's storeroom by accident. When it seems like they're going to be locked in there for hours, they get the inspiration to find a way out. Everyone is together again and the whole family has a nice and fun time together. Probably even more fun than what they originally planned. It even helped with Arthur's essay about perspective, and that he's part of something larger, his family. Number 7. The show goes on. From Elwood City turns 100. For the 100th anniversary of Elwood City, Lakewood Elementary has been chosen to do a play about the history of the town, and Mr. Ratburn's 3rd grade class will be the ones doing the play. During the night of the production, everything goes wrong. Francine doesn't make it in time to play her part. Buster's alien spaceship prop gets destroyed, and so much more. But everything that made the play a disaster was what made the play a big hit for the audience. With Francine back in time to do the singing part, the show goes on and the audience continues to love it. Number 6. Arthur and his friends share their love for Mr. Ratburn. From The Last Day. The last day of school is heading their way, and Arthur and Buster end up wondering and worrying who their 4th grade teacher is going to be. One of the possible 4th grade teachers they might get is a cool guy named MC. Throughout the episode, they want nothing more for him to be their new teacher next year. But they realize that they're going to miss Mr. Ratburn and his challenging way of teaching. And so, they decide to express their thanks to him with a poster with all the things he taught them this year, and sang him a song. He really loved it. Number 5. The best news. From Buster's Back. After waiting for who knows how long, Buster is coming back home and Arthur can't possibly wait. He wants everything to be perfect. wanting to play checkers and eat a cake in the shape of Buster's face. But then he starts to get worried that Buster won't be the same person anymore, and if he doesn't change himself, then Buster won't be his friend anymore. Arthur does everything he can do to learn about all the places that Buster has been to. But after learning everything he could, Arthur learns that Buster is the same old Buster who wants to play checkers and eat cake with him, with his best friend in the entire world. Number 4. Arthur shares the story of how he got his pet dog. From Arthur Writes a Story. Arthur is hard at work writing his story of how he got his dog Pal for a homework assignment. But every time he shares the story he's been working on with someone, it keeps changing in order to please the entire crowd. His story goes through so many changes that it becomes something entirely different. After he shares his story to his class, he ends up sharing the story he actually wanted to tell in the first place. And it was a big hit. Mr. Ratburn gives him a small extension on his homework assignment, wanting him to write his story down on paper. In the end, Arthur is finally proud of his own story. Number 3. Arthur gets his own puppy. From Arthur's Pet Business. In the whole wide world, Arthur wants nothing more than a dog of his very own. But in order to accomplish this goal of his, he has to prove that he's responsible to take care of one. He is able to come up with an idea of having his very own pet business. He has to take care of all sorts of animals, but the toughest one he has to take care of is Perky, Mrs. Wood's dog. When it's time for Perky to go back home, Arthur can't find Perky anywhere. But in the end, he finds her behind a chair with 3 puppies. As a reward of taking good care of Perky, Mrs. Woods offers Arthur one of Perky's puppies. The best thing he could ever hope for. Number 2. Arthur trains his dog. From Arthur's New Puppy. Arthur finally gets a puppy. The best thing he could ever hope for, who he names Pal. Everything seems to be fine at first, but Arthur comes to realize that Pal needs training. Lots of training. He tried to train him and thought he taught Pal something, but it doesn't exactly turn out all right. When things start to get worse with Pal's behavior, it seems like Pal will have to find a new home. But Arthur doesn't want that to happen. He would miss him too much. So, he does everything in his power to train Pal to become the best dog he can possibly be. In the end, Pal's behavior improves tremendously, and he gets to stay with Arthur forever. Number 1. How it all turns out. From All Grown Up. Arthur and his friends stumble upon a weird and mysterious board game in the depths of the local library. They all play the game, and at the end of it, the board game tells each of them what their future career is going to be. They are all disappointed with what each of them got, including Arthur, who didn't get to hear what the board game had to say before it broke. But in the near future, it turns out that the board game was right about everything, and none of them are disappointed. And it turns out that Arthur becomes a graphic novelist and has just published his first issue, which tells the story of their lives. That's my list of the top 10 happiest Arthur moments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there is a happy moment you think I should have included in this list, please make sure to let me know. Goodbye!